Hello, dear friends. Friends, today I'm going to talk about Jane Austen, as I have selected her as my favorite novelist, and there are certain reasons that I selected her as a favorite writer. So, I will be discussing her writing style and what was the criticism on her, and what are her themes, and what are her novels. So, first of all, uh, I would like to comment on her style. As Jane Austen was born in 1775, and she was the daughter of a clergyman, and she didn't have very much experience about other incidents that were going on there. For example, there was a French Revolution, romantic movements was there, though she was aware, but she didn't like to comment on these things because she had believed that she would portray only those things that are in her knowledge properly. So she is criticized for her limited range because her characters are in a society, they are dealing with one another, and they are from middle class. Sometimes their characters are from upper classes, but her dominant themes are there: matrimony, love, and class, and individuals' relation to society, and there were many other themes, but these are the very prominent themes. She has a mastery over dialogues. This is her main contribution that never ever any writer started to comment and added these things. Her style has irony, humor, and light comedy, but she has used irony in order to point out the hypocrisy of middle classes and those peoples who have comedies. Her novels are also called the comedy of manners, and they are also called the novels of dining rooms because such novels, those do not have very much grand themes like war and death, loneliness, destructions, and etc. And that's why these novels are called dining rooms, and it means they can be narrated in one sitting in a house in dining room. So uh, she has used irony perfectly. On the other hand, the dialogues of character reveal their psyche. She has used indirect speech style in which she reveals the inner thoughts of her characters, and how do they behave, and how do they interact in their daily life, and how women were very much dependent on men. And she has also portrayed law of inheritance was not very much there in the favor of women. For example, if we talk about Jane Austen novel Pride and Prejudice, so Elizabeth Bennet, Mr. and Mrs. Bennet, they have five daughters. They do not have male hair. That's why there was a custom that only a male can inherit property. Women cannot have. So that's why had they had nominated Mr. Collins, who is a man of I would say a very humorous character from their distant relatives, and they have nominated. So marriage and love, these are the very prominent themes because women's were there, and as I've already told that they were unable to get inheritance. The only thing for them was open, that was they could secure their life financially by marrying someone a rich person. So here, if we see Mrs. Bennet in Pride and Prejudice, she is very much conscious about seeing her daughters all get married soon. Her characters are from daily lives, and they come from one or two or three families, and she is criticized for this because she doesn't portray other things, that the characters are coming from London and from uh, Bath, and they are here and there. Basically, they are moving from one town to another town. They are not having massive travels, and they do not have gigantic themes, I would say, rather. So main theme is to hunt a person so that women could secure their financial future. On the other hand, she has written six major complete famous novels that are Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Emma, Northanger Abbey, and Mansfield Park. These are her famous novels, and she is especially famous with her two or three novels that are Pride and Prejudice, Emma, and Sense and Sensibility. She has portrayed the daily lives of all the characters, and even Jane Austen, when she was criticized by Charlotte Bronte, she said that there is a lack of passion in her characters, because women who were there, she they accepted the marriage proposals from those persons who were rich, and those who had money. For example, there we see when Elizabeth Bennet goes Pemberley Estates, that belongs to Mr. Darcy, Fitzwilliam Darcy. She goes there, and before, she was reluctant to accept the proposal. When she sees and looks at the Pemberley Estates, and she imagines that she would be here if she becomes and accepts the proposal of Mr. Darcy, so she would be the rich, and she would be Mrs. Darcy, and the owner of these Pemberley Estates. So she accepts the proposals, and without thinking her feelings and what would be there. This is also irony on her characters. When Charlotte Locust was there, her friend, she was going to marry a person just for financial securities, and she criticized her and asked her that women should choose husband not for only money, but there should be compatibility between these two lovers. So here when she looks at Pemberley Estates, so after some time she accepts the proposals. So this thing was criticized by Charlotte Bronte. And on the other hand, some writers and some novelists, they had very positive reactions about her novels. For example, there was Walter Scott. He said that the young lady has a talent for involvement and describing the daily lives peoples, which is to me the very wonderful thing I have ever met. And I have a pity that young lady died so early. So this comment shows that though she had very limited range, but whatever she had, she perfected in that. She didn't choose very big gigantic themes, but still those themes were very much relevant to those people's law of inheritance and conditions of women there. And she has given us the universal themes like love is today as much relevant as was there, marriage is there today also. Women, mothers would like to see their girls or see their daughters get married in well settled homes. So these themes are very much relevant today. So that's why when there was a vote casting competitions in Australia, so her novel ranked on 70 out of 100. And if we generally talk about her novels, and she is considered one of the best novelists among the 10 major novelists in the world. So her mastery over dialogues was very much there, because she has used indirect way, and her voice is mixed with the voice of characters, and she comments in ironic way, in satiristic way, in order to point out the follies that they were women, and theme of education is very much relevant. If we talk about Emma or Elizabeth Bennet, so we come across different thoughts that these characters are very much immature, and with the passage of time and they become mature, she works as a guider to educate their characters. When there is a climax, so her heroines accept their follies, accept their mistakes, and they become mature. So her novels also work as a education for those characters, for her heroines, and her mastery over dialogues. Sometime it is said that it is just exaggerations when Macaulay called her because of her beautiful portrait of women and their thoughts through her witty dialogues. Macaulay called her, she is very near to Shakespeare because she very knows under about her characters, how do they behave. So she is like Shakespeare, very much aware the psyches of her characters and how do they behave. So this was all about my side. Thank you.